Okay, I think I'm finally live. Good morning, you guys. Once again, I have another setup. So make sure you can hear me. Log on to my phone just in case. But how are you this morning? How was everyone's holiday? Let me know you're here. Okay, we're good there. Hi, Anna. How are you? I hope you had a good Christmas with your husband and Spanky. All right. So for class today, we're going to be really soft. We're going to stay very quiet. So I want you to have all the props that you need. Behind me here, though, I have a yoga strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a dog leash, a scarf, a jump rope, even stretchy pants, like yoga pants. You can use those, because what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our arms today by grabbing our strap or whatever prop you have behind our back. So you just want something long enough. And then I'm also going to recommend a pillow off of your bed or your couch. Mine's a bolster just because I'm a yoga teacher. That's what I have. And then 1 or 2 blankets. And that should be good. And I've got my dog here too, so hopefully he doesn't get crazy and bark. But hey, that's the joy of live classes, right? All right, so let's get started. It is 8:30. Today we are going to cover the element metal. So I know we talked about air and fire and earth and wind and ether. There are a few more elements out there in Yin Yoga or traditional Chinese medicine, and one of those is metal. And like I said in my description on the post today, metal adds value to earth. So all the elements are tied together, but metal adds value to earth. And just as we have earth in us, that metal is also in us. So when someone is balanced, that has the balance of metal in them, they are shiny and they're radiant, just like you would see a shiny piece of metal off the side of the road or wherever you're at. So this person usually has a structured routine. They just navigate through life really, it seems easy to the person on the outside. And then people that are deficient or unbalanced, these people, they may be too structured. So maybe their routine is, I wake up every morning at 8 o'clock, I eat, log into work at 8:30, I eat lunch at this time, and their day is so structured that when something happens that takes them out of that structure, their whole life falls apart. So you probably know people like that. Maybe you are a person like that where you like your routine, and as soon as it comes out of routine, your whole world falls apart. So that's someone that could have too much. And then someone that has too little might have a hard time expressing their emotions, their boundaries, sticking up for themselves, or just having the courage to have the self-worth mean something to them. So that's really what metal is about in Yin Yoga. With all that metal, though, that metal governs our lungs. So right here in our rib cage that goes around our whole body, it protects our heart, it protects our lungs. And our lungs are our first defense to the outside world. So when you think about your lungs, when you breathe in, automatically, you don't have to tell your body to do so, you breathe in, and you pull in all the external world, the winds around you, and you pull them inside. And so if your lungs aren't strong and healthy, you might get sick. You might develop allergies. You might get a cold. Metal also governs our skin and our nose. So our body absorbs through breathing in, through our nose, through our mouth, and even coming in through our skin. So it's really good to talk about what breathing does for our lungs. When we breathe in and breathe out fully, we're allowing our body to release what was in there that doesn't serve us and then let it go. And then we breathe in new magic, new life force, new prana, new chi. So let's start off our class today with a little bit of breath work. So we're going to take our hands, move back just a little bit, and you're going to just find your rib cage. So, look for all your little bumps and lumps in there. You may even find the bottom one here closer to your belly. But let's just take our hands around our rib cage. Bring it up by maybe your chest or your breast, and then pull it down and let those fingers just give your body a hug. So the way we're going to breathe for just a moment here is going to be in 3 parts. It's a 3-part inhale, and I want you to imagine when you breathe in, you're filling up the base of your lungs, so down here. So we're going to breathe in. Think about filling the bottom part of your lungs. Pause, and then we're going to breathe in again, fill up halfway, pause, and then one more breath in, fill the lungs all the way back up to the top. Maybe it's right to here, right by your collarbone. And then a big exhale. Let it go, let it soften. So it's 3 breaths in and then 1 long breath out. I'm not going to tell you to breathe in or out of your nose. I want you to do what feels the best for you. So let's take a breath in, feel it, fill up the bottom, a little more in, fill up the middle, and a little more in, fill up to the top. Let it go. Belly collapses. Good. Breathing in. Breathing in that shiny brilliance. And breathing out your courage and beauty. So keep breathing, keep feeling the rib cage, keep feeling your lungs. Maybe you close your eyes. Remembering our breath is our first connection to the outside world. Grief and sadness can weaken our lungs. They can weaken our capacity. And then the ability to see and appreciate the beauty around us strengthens our lungs. So, fun fact that I read is that when we cry or when we are sad, our lungs involuntarily spasm. We have no control over our sadness and our grief or crying when we have our lungs. So think about when you cry, maybe when you've ugly cried or just been really upset. I'm sure you've done the, I can't breathe, let it out, I can't breathe it out. That's exactly what's happening in our bodies. That involuntary spasm, that chi, that life force, is actually our energy speaking to us. So let's take 3 more rounds of this breath. Really feel the rib cage expand, let the belly get big. Allow the heart to soften. And use that long exhale to breathe it out. So your arms might be getting a little bit tired. We're almost there. On your exhale, let it all go. The hands can come down by the waist or the body or the floor. Just shake it out a little bit here. I'm going to move back onto the mat so you can see. So using our breath, maybe you just shake out the shoulders and rock forward, rock back, rock side to side. Just feel a little fluid, feel shiny. So we're going to come into a butterfly shape. So let's take the soles of our feet together out in front of us and let's make a really wide diamond. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me good. So the soles of my feet together and then push them away. So you want a really big diamond shape with your legs. I'm going to give you 2 options for this. We're going to stretch our wrists and our forearms. Option 1 is to flip your palms up and then put them down so your fingers are pointing back towards you. So the palms don't have to be flat. This option is for people that have a little more wrist mobility. If you're like, whoa, Amy, that is weird. What are you making me do? Option 2 is to take your hands back behind you and lean back on them. So when you just take your hands, drop them back behind you. They can be about shoulder width, maybe a little wider. Once you get your hands back there, start to dial your fingertips so they're facing away from you. So what we're looking for is to stretch right here along the forearm and the wrist. Good. So we're working a little bit into our hips today too. Our hips, everything is connected. I was going to say they're not connected to our lungs, but everything is connected. Really though, our lung meridian starts down here by our diaphragm. It comes up through all of our little organs there in our digestive area, and then it comes up through our lungs, up through our throat, and then it comes out to the shoulder. It comes all the way down, passing the elbow, the wrist, to the thumb finger, and then your large intestine meridian starts at your pinky finger and then goes all the way back up the same way, up to the shoulder, down through the lungs, passing through the lungs, and then all the way down into the large intestine. So this is why we're activating our arms today, because the lungs and the large intestine work together in harmony. The lungs are our yin organ, and our large intestines are our yang organ. So our lungs are responsible for our breath, and then our large intestines are responsible for getting rid of our toxins in our waste, and they do that through water. So let's breathe into this. So we're going to be quiet this class, and we're going to tap into that breath. If you really liked that 3-part inhale, 1-part exhale, you can do that for the whole class. If you feel like that's a little bit tiring or taxing mentally to focus, all I want you to do is focus on your lungs. So breathe it in. And breathe it out. Just allow yourself to be very soft. Keeping the jaw relaxed. Maybe you can lift up the heart a little bit more. Think about the lungs just expanding. What happens to your chest as your lungs grow larger? Your rib cage presses out. Your belly grows soft and big. And then when you let it go, everything softens. On your next soft exhale, wherever you're at, we're going to sit up. So if you were leaning back, lean forward. Ooh, shake out the arms. If you were leaning forward onto your arms, you can lean back. Again, shake out the arms. You can even straighten the legs out just a minute here. Give them a little shake. Give your dog a pet if they're close by. Maybe even rock side to side. So we're going to take those butterfly legs once again. I'm going to suggest this time, though, sitting on a pillow or a blanket, your choice. I'm going to grab my bolster or my pillow. So when you sit on your cushion of choice, just get nice and comfy. Let the blanket or the pillow really support your booty. Let it cradle all your little curves. And we're going to take our feet into that butterfly shape once again. So feet come out, soles of the feet touch together. And we're taking a really wide diamond today. If you really feel like you need to have that inner stretch, you can pull the feet closer, but really today is about the rib cage and the breathing. So we're going to do some lateral side bends here. So let's just sweep our fingertips up towards the sky. Big inhale. And then on the exhale, right hand can come down to the floor as you lean over. And then let's just take that to the left side. Cartwheel the hands. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. So we're going to do this about 4 times. Go at your own pace. Just notice what's happening when you lean to the side. What's happening in your side body, what's happening in your ribs, your hip, your shoulder. And then we're going to slow this down and then we'll hold. So let's start with our right side. On your next breath, the right hand can come to the floor, your blanket, or even your leg. Left hand will reach up, and then you're going to let it rest on top of your head. Okay, so this is so your arm doesn't get tired of being held up here. So you just let it rest on top of your head. See if you can keep your left hip grounded. So this is what it's looking like from the front view. Hand comes down, and then you're just resting. You can look down. Let me turn back around. So legs are in the butterfly shape. So remember to be soft here. It might take a few seconds to find the shape that works best for you. See if you can keep the left hip pressing into the earth. So try not to let your left hip roll up. You want to stay down. So I'm also noticing that my bolster is making my arm length feel a little bit too short. So I'm going to pull a blanket over here and put it on the floor just to bring the floor up to me. Yep, that's much better. So remember, use your props as much as you need. Any of these props can be placed under your hands or your feet to help bring the floor up to you. And just make sure you check in with your neck as you're holding this. I prefer looking down. That feels better for me. Some people like to look straight out in front of them, and then it might feel good looking up, but maybe not. We've been here 1 minute. So start to think of your breath as a time for you to spring clean your lungs. Deep belly breath in. Allow everything to get soft. Then long belly breath out. Let everything collapse. And as you use your breath to spring clean, just notice what needs spring cleaning in your body. This is a time to maybe look at your values. It's the time to rest. And it's time to listen. Remembering our breath is the first connection to the external world. Take a deep breath in. Slowly lift the left arm up and then down by your left side, coming back to that neutral position. And let's just roll our neck out for a moment, maybe even pull the knees together. Take what you need. Give your dog a pat. Good. So let's make our way to the other side. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back together. Let the knees fall out wide. Make your diamond shape nice and big. I'm going to move my blanket over here to the left side. Good. Let's inhale, arms up to the sky. Left hand drips down to the left side, the floor, your block, a blanket, whatever. Inhale, lift up with the right hand a little bit more, and then exhale, lean left. Right hand can rest on top of the head. Check in with your neck. See what you need here in your neck. I like looking down, but everybody's different. And as you're breathing here, just check in with your shoulders, specifically the left one. Just make sure you're not locking out your elbow. You can find a little gentleness, a little softness in this space. The top hand is resting on the head. Activating our energy channels in our hands, wrists, elbows. Paying attention to that breath. Paying attention to your lungs, your rib cage. Last few rounds of breath here. Each time you exhale, I want you to tell yourself, I am exhaling my sadness. And when you inhale, I want you to tell yourself, I am worthy. Exhaling the sadness and inhaling self-worth. With your next big breath, start to lean up. Right hand lifts up to the sky, and then exhale. You can let it drip down. Woo! Check in with your neck here. Check in with your shoulders, your arms. Maybe even pull the knees together. You can lean forward for a little hug. Rotate the shoulders, the arms. All right, staying right where we're at, let's extend our legs out in front of us. So we're going to come into a little bit of a flow. So we're going to move through everything on one side of the body, and then we'll switch to the other side. And just take our time here for a minute. Clear your throat out, clear your lung space out. So we're going to come into half shoelace. So let's keep the left leg long or straight. And then we're going to bend into the right knee and cross it on top of the left leg. So good. Looks like this. So this is half shoelace. The right knee is stacked on top of the left leg. Maybe the knees are stacked, maybe not. But we're going to take a little lateral stretch with this also. So on the inhale, sweep the right hand up and lean it over to the left side. Okay, so it's another lateral stretch. We're working into our hips. I'm going to turn so you can see what this looks like. So it looks like top leg is crossed on the bottom, left hand comes down, and then right hand plants over. Good, and then you can look down. Good. So this is what we're looking like. I'm going to move back. We've got about a 2-minute hold. Good. So just remember to check in with your neck here. Check in with your side body. We're breathing into this right rib space. So really let your rib cage expand. Let your breath expand. Let your heart be soft. Remember, your lifted arm can rest nicely on top of your head. Good, let's inhale, let's come up out of it. Right hand lifts up and then down. Ooh, shake it out. So we're going to move right into the next phase. So our legs are going to stay the same. I want you to grab your strap or your shoelace or your jump rope or your scarf, whatever it is that you brought today. And we're going to grab one end in our right hand. And we're going to put the strap behind us. So it's behind our back. Then our left hand is going to reach back and grab the strap. So can you guys see? Yeah. Right hand has got the top. Left hand, the palm is facing away from you. So I'm going to turn so you guys can see. But what we're doing is we're looking to crawl our hands onto the strap and keep our elbows pulled back. Okay? Legs are still crossed. If it's comfortable for you, you can lean forward. So there's a lot going on here. Try not to let your arms collapse forward, but you're pulling them back. So this is pretty active. Use our breath here. It's okay if your hands don't touch. Mine don't either. I have the world's tightest shoulders, and I bet you guys do too. But maybe not. That's the great thing about yoga. It just meets us wherever we're at. The shape teaches us a lot about how our mind processes. But today we're allowing our lungs to teach us. We've got about 30 more seconds. So remember, holding these postures is what increases the intensity. So holding for time increases the intensity. It's not about becoming more flexible or getting your hands to touch. Good. Inhale, let's come up. Soft breath. Slowly let go the bottom hand. Lift up the top hand. Ooh, and I'm sitting on my strap. Let's take that strap off to the side. Woohoo! Let's open and close a couple times. Keeping the legs where they are, though. Next time we sweep our hands back, we're going to place them on the floor. Hands and fingers can face whatever direction feels best. So the top leg is going to slide to the right as we bend into the bottom leg. So we're coming into figure 4. We are leaning back on our hands here. So the stretch, remember, is in our shoulders. That's what the focus is on. I'm just adding a little bit of hip work to give our hips some love, because who doesn't love that? So really try not to put all your focus and attention on what your legs and your hips are doing. What I want you to do is lift up the heart and the chest, roll the shoulders back, and then take a deep breath in, fill that belly up with air, and then exhale, let it go. And again, focus on the chest and the rib cage. Notice how the quality of your breath is. What are you holding in that needs to come out? Remembering this class is about release, releasing of the metal that's inside of you. When you release the old, you make room for the new. Three more rounds of breath. Maybe you need to readjust your arms just a little bit. Last breath in. And let it go. Exhale. So slowly uncross that top leg off the bottom. Slowly walk your hands closer to your hips, coming up to a seated position. So take what you need here. Might need to shake the arms out. You can even take some flapping butterfly legs, maybe extend the legs out. This is your chance just to rebound. Maybe you even want to rock side to side. Pet your dog. Good. So we're going to take that whole little flow we just did on the other side. So let's extend the legs out long. And this time we're going to keep the right leg long, and we're going to cross the left on top. So let's bend into the left knee first, and then let's cross that leg over, stacking both knees on top of each other. So half shoelace. So on the inhale, let's take our left arm up to the sky. Right arm comes to the floor or a blanket, and let's lean to the right. So I've got my blanket and my bolster kind of stacked up over here. It's not the same position that I took on the other side, as you notice. And same goes for you. It does not have to be the exact same. Again, it's how your body feels. So as you're starting to settle into this shape on this side, bring that awareness back to your lungs. Our lungs are also called the Prime Minister in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and Yin. Thinking about how your lungs regulate your emotions. Now knowing that your lungs often control your sadness, your grief, your self-worth, and the beauty that you see? How can you reframe your mind about what you need to let go? How can you allow your breath to serve your body? We're spending our last minute here. So become aware of your breath, and if it's any different on this side compared to the other side. We're not comparing, we're just noticing though. We're becoming aware of the subtleties in our body. Good. On our inhale, let's sweep the left arm up and then down, coming back up to that nice long spine. Maybe just check in with your neck here for a minute. And then we're going to get our strap or whatever prop that you brought out with you today. And we are going to take the end of one strap in our left hand. The strap will go behind our body. Okay, left hand. So the hand that's your left hand, the palm is facing forward. Then we'll take the right hand, reach back with the palm facing away from you, and grab that strap. So you can try and crawl your hands closer together on the strap. Just remember, pull the elbows back to keep the heart lifted. And don't go too deep. Remember, we've got to hold this for a little bit. When you're ready, you can lean forward. So just notice your breath here. When your mind starts to wander, and it will, mine does too, I like to think of a meridian channel, that energy channel. So we'll think of it starting in our lungs first, and we breathe in to that energy channel. So let's follow our breath. We breathe it in through our lungs. It comes up through our throat. Then it splits, and it goes towards our shoulders, and then down our arms, the bicep, passes through the elbow joint, down your forearm, and down to the thumb. Then the next meridian immediately connects to it. From the thumb to the pinky finger, it comes all the way back up through the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the bicep, the shoulder, the throat, passes the heart, through the lungs, and down into the large intestines. So let's just follow that path with our breath. Close your eyes. And just imagine your breath, the one I just laid out, starting at the lungs, traveling up, out to the shoulders, down the length of your arm, to your thumb, immediately connecting to the next meridian, traveling to the fingertips, the pinky, and then all the way back up. The arm, the shoulders, the throat, the heart, the lungs, the large intestines. Good, big inhale. Let's come up. Slowly release the bottom hand off. Ooh, nice and slow. Let that arm slide out. Maybe you flip the palm forward. Just feel that rotation in your shoulder. Lift the left arm up. And then down, let that strap go off to the side. So taking our time here, maybe roll those shoulders out. Lean back on the hands. Slowly slide that left ankle on top of the right knee and then bend into the right knee, planting the foot. So a lot of cues there. Take a peek at me. We're just coming into a figure 4 if you need to. So take your time, remembering that the shape is not about, is the lower body is not the shape and what we're concerned about here. We're rolling the shoulders back, lifting up the heart, and breathing into that energy channel. Giving our lower body a little bit of love, but really focusing on our heart, our lungs, our breath. I like to think of our lungs as the tree of life. All the branches, the pathways, and the life that runs through the veins of the tree also run through you. Soft breath. Keep lifting up the heart, rolling those shoulders down, back. With your next breath, let's slowly uncross top leg off of the bottom. Walk the hands closer to the hips. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, the hips. You can remove any props that you might have off to the side. And we're going to make our way down to our backs. So when we come on down to our backs, let's just take our time. Let's bring our hands to our rib cage once again. And let's just breathe here for just a moment. Just check in with yourself. Check in with your lungs. Check in with your emotions. Hopefully you guys can still see me. My dog keeps inching closer. So just pausing here with our hands on our rib cage or chest. Just feeling that breath, feeling your life force. Understanding how metal balances you out. And knowing that too much metal is detrimental, just as too much or not enough. Finding the right balance. By being able to see the beauty in life, even when the weight of the world is on your shoulders and your heart and on your lungs. So we're going to take 2 Savasanas today. Oh my gosh, yes. 2 Savasanas. So the first one we're going to take in star shape. So let's take our legs out wide, extend them wide. They can be off the mat. The arms are going to go in a big V. They're wide, maybe off the mat too. And just think of us opening up our lungs, our bodies, our hearts. Oh, hi, Obi, yes. So as we start to lay here in this shape, this beautiful star shape, you're still focusing on your breath and your lungs. I want you to imagine the most precious, shiny, beautiful metal that you can think of. Just take note of why you think it's beautiful. The beauty in that metal is special to you. We all see things in our own light, in our own rosy glasses. So think about this shiny metal and think about all those qualities of why you love it. And when you breathe in those qualities, start to feel them in your heart, in your lungs. Remembering, this also governs our nose, so the smells that you take in. As you become the qualities of your most precious metal, allow yourself to really feel how special you are. Allow yourself to absorb each of those qualities you found beautiful and brilliant and bright. On your next breath, we're slowly going to give ourselves a hug. So draw the knees into the chest, maybe one at a time. Allow your arms to wrap around your legs or your thighs. Draw your forehead close to your knees. Just giving yourself a hug. Making yourself into the shiny, beautiful metal element that you are. Then on the exhale, softly let the feet float to the floor, keeping the knees bent. And we're just going to come into a little bit of a twist here. So let the knees fall over to the right side. They don't have to be stacked. You can even take the top one and move the knee closer to the foot. So just like the knees drop over to the right. And then allow your arms to come into a cactus shape. So we're looking for goalpost arms when we lay down. Sorry, Obi's in the way. If you guys are practicing with your pets, I love it. So let's take our goalpost arms, keeping in the shoulders and lung meridian activated. Bringing some awareness to our hips and our spine. Just another minute here, and then we'll switch sides. Remembering to connect with your breath, really feeling your lungs expand, feeling the rib cage expand. So with your next soft breath, go ahead and draw the knees back up towards the ceiling. Let the left hip roll back down. Maybe readjust. You might need to find that nice long line on your mat again. Keeping the arms right where they're at in that goal pose shape. You can even take the arms and elbows a little bit higher so you can bring the thumb and index finger together to make a little triangle above your head. You are more than welcome to try that shape. Then with your soft exhale, let the knees just drop over to the left side. Of course, you can use a blanket or a block or a pillow underneath your knees. Remembering this is just a really gentle twist. We're keeping our head straight, unless you really like to have it turn to the right. Relax the jaw. Breathe a little deeper. Allow the body and the mind to soften. As we embrace the qualities of beauty and radiance and the shininess of the metal element, let's embrace the opposite side. Let's embrace our shadow side. Let's embrace our fears, our griefs, any sadness. This year's been a rough one. And it's okay. None of us have ever experienced anything like this before in our lives. We're not alone in feeling the fear and the grief. Grief is not just death of a loved one or a friend or a family member or just death in general. We can grieve loss in any way. Many of us lost a lot of things this year, whether it be other humans, jobs, children, pets, our homes, traditions. We're all experiencing this emotion of grief, and it weighs heavy on our hearts, each one of us. It's okay to lean into this grief. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. But to find that balance, we must find and appreciate some sort of beauty in the grief, in the chaos, in the midst of our madness. And oftentimes that's the hardest part for us. But we can heal. We can heal through our breath. We can heal through each other. We can heal through kindness. Three more rounds of breath. Allow what's there to surface. Allow the breath to go. Maybe allow tears to fall. Last breath. Nice deep breath in. Start from the base of your lungs and let that breath fill up to the very top. And then let it go. All of it. Slowly draw those knees back up towards the sky. Hips roll back to the earth. Let the hands gently come down by the sides. Gently let the feet walk to the end of your mat, coming into your Savasana. Savasana number 2. Feel free to grab a blanket here. Cover your body, cover your lungs, cover your belly. And let's take our hands back to our lungs, to our rib cage, our chest, whatever space felt best for you to connect with. And we're going to try that breath again. So it's 3 breaths in. The first breath, you're filling up the bottom portion of your lungs. Then you pause. The second breath, you fill up the middle portion of your lungs and pause. And then your final breath, you are going to fill up the rest of your lungs all the way to the top. Then you pause. Then you can open your mouth and let it all go. So if you've already started, keep going. I'll walk you through this first round. Breathe in. Pause. In. Pause. In. Let it go. Let's do 3 of these at our own pace. Last one together. Maybe let the hands rest by your sides. Bring your awareness back to your favorite element. Allow yourself to embody every part of that metal element. You have value in all that you do, all that you say, and all that you are. Slowly start to wiggle the toes. Brush the thumbs along the fingertips. And gently invite a little more movement to your body. Maybe it's ankle circles, wrist circles, rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, take a big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, maybe point and flex the feet. And then roll to your favorite side. You can keep that blanket on you if you had it there. Hi, Oats. Just taking time, allowing yourself to connect in this fetal position with the knees drawn close to the chest. One hand can come to the heart or the lungs. Let's breathe in our brilliance and breathe out any sadness. One more time. Breathe in your brilliance and let go of the sadness. When you're ready, slowly start to press yourself all the way up into any comfortable shape. Take your time. Oh my gosh. Hi, Mom. I didn't know you were on here. Yay. We've almost made it to our end. Stay in your blanket. Stay warm. Stay in Savasana if you want. But we'll close our practice with our 3 intentional breaths. And today, let's just place our hands on our heart space, our lung space, wherever it was comfortable. We started class with our hands here on our lungs. If you like that, keep them on your lungs, maybe even on your heart. One hand on the heart, one hand on the lungs. Just pause for a moment, noticing how your lungs feel, noticing how your mind space feels, and knowing any grief that you carry with you always has the option to show you beauty. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and take a breath for yourself. Take a breath for someone you love. And take a breath for someone who is suffering. The world could always use more of your love in it. Flutter your eyes open. Thank yourself for being here today. I absolutely love having you here. I absolutely love teaching you how the elements can impact your mind, body, and soul. The light in me forever honors the light in you. Namaste. Great job today, guys. I hope you loved the element class. I have, here they are. I have your, one sec. I have your yoga fortune. Also, I would like to introduce Ferguson, my new fiddle leaf fig tree plant, whatever it is in the corner. He is joining our household, so say hi. All right, you matter. This one says, God, I always think these things are so relevant to class. I do not make these up, you guys. I don't pick them beforehand. You're someone special. You matter to a lot of people. And that is true. You are very special, each one of you, and you matter to me and a lot of other people out there. Come on, camera, focus. All right. Well, there you go, guys. I'm sticking around for a few minutes. If you want to say hi, say hi. Obi joined class today. I hope if you had your pets, they were just as lovely as this one. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. If you celebrate, a Happy Holiday. And I think that's it. Thank you for being here, Anna and my mom. Mwah! You guys can always catch these replays later. They're there for you forever, so come back to them. You don't have to do them right now or on Sundays, but I do like it when you're here with me. Namaste, Anna. There. You guys can see Obi now a little better. Alright, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about class, about Yin Yoga, about traditional Chinese medicine. I don't know, anything. I will see you guys around. I will be continuing with these elemental classes until we finish them all. And if you have any questions, of course, I'm here. I'm always happy to answer questions. Otherwise, have a great Sunday. Have a happy New Year. And use your breath. You've got this. Mwah. Bye, guys.